Well, hello everybody. It is Jody Sharp, the Superflies for Super Guys. So the Superfly. Um, I got a little bit of a burr in my bonnet today, um, so I just thought I'd make this little video and express how I feel about it. Um, for anybody who already knows me, if I've been in your chats for any amount of time, chatting it up with you guys, you know that, and I've explained this before, I have eye issues. So I have diabetes, uh, and I have crystals in my eyes. And when my sugars are a bit high, the crystals in my eyes, I have trouble reading my writing on the computer. Yes, a lot of you have people out there have said, "Oh, you can just do caps functions and all kinds of. You have all kinds of solutions." But what works for me is just writing in all caps. And to be quite honest and quite fair, a lot of people have thanked me for bringing this to people's attention. I don't know what moron in the universe decided when writing in all caps would be yelling, screaming, or annoying to people. I don't know who decided that, but they weren't considering people with eye issues. They weren't considering people with vision troubles. And to be quite honest, it's a really stupid, because if you can read in small print, you can read in caps. So there's not much difference between the both. And if you're smart enough as a human being to be able to read, then you can read it regardless. So it is a burr in my ass. I hate being attacked for it. I am constantly attacked for that. No, I am not going to change the way I need to write because I have a disability. And I have been praised from people in the community that have visual disabilities, and there are a lot of channels where I've gone to where all of the people in the channel have gone to caps just to A, help me out, and B, to bring it awareness and attention that it is a legitimate disability. So to those who have done that, God bless you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are incredibly awesome. And I appreciate it. And I know there's a lot of people with visual disabilities who extremely appreciate it. Now, there is some apps that you can attach to your chats. One of them is Nightbot. And in the settings, there is a setting that says you can filter out all caps, which means you would automatically have me timed out or blocked out the second I come into your chat and write anything. I was in one of those today, which is what put the burr up my ass. I have Nightbot. I have taken that setting, turned it completely off, and because I will not attack people with disabilities. And if somebody's in my channel with a disability, a legitimate disability, and so I can change a setting to have you be included into my chat, let me know, because if something I've done, I want you in my chat. So, guys, I unsubscribed to that person because of that setting. I let them know that it's not cool, and I'm not going to say who it was because I'm not going to call somebody out like that, but I'm just going to say if you have a Nightbot and it is set to that, or if you don't realize that is an actual setting, you probably have to turn that off. So go through your Nightbot and any of your apps that help you with moderation and make sure that setting is not on, because you're going to lose a fair percentage of your audience, because surprisingly there's a lot of people with that disability, with visual disabilities, not necessarily diabetic crystals, but just older population. Anybody who's getting in their 40s. I'm 48 now, so anybody in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, our eyes are not as good as they once were. So really, you're gonna be attacking a large percentage of your audience. So just be aware of that. If I won't, so if you've come and subscribed to my channel and you wonder why maybe I haven't come to your channel, that could be a reason. Because if I keep getting attacked for writing in caps, then for sure I won't stick around and be abused, because who wants that for something I can't really help. So there's that. Another reason for unsubscribing to a channel or not subscribing to a channel, if you visited me in my chats, I am a Christian, so I'm a follower of Christ. I don't really like cursing and swearing. You won't catch that in my chats. I have filtered out words specifically in there, in my chats, because I don't want them in my chats. I want my chats to be clean, family friendly, where families could come in there if they so choose with their kids and watch either my puppetry or my fly tying. So if I've gone to your channel and there's nothing but cursing, swearing, violent conversation, or sexual conversation, or drug conversation, talking about drugs and smoking up and all those kinds of things, nah, that ain't gonna I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna be that person. I'm not gonna stick around. If you guys want to go to channels like that, that's up to you. I'm not holding you back. You don't have to do what the Superfly tells you, but the Superfly doesn't have to be there, and I sure as heck won't be there. So you can come and watch my channel. You can come and chat if you want to be clean, if you want to chat clean, if you want to tone it down on my channel and then be cursive on another channel. That's up to you. But while you're with me in my chats, they'll be clean, and you can guarantee that. And I have a bunch of moderators, and I've got my Nightbot set with a bunch of words that I disapprove of, and unfortunately that will keep you that could be a reason why, if you visited me and wonder why I haven't subscribed back to you, that could be a reason. If you have to unsubscribe to me because of that particular reason, that I wouldn't subscribe back to you because you might have a dirty channel or whatever, I'm not angry at you. I understand. You have a certain way you like to live. I have a certain way I like to live. I'm a peaceful guy, so I wish you all the best. And that's how it is. But I can't stick around if you're cursing and hooping and hollering and talking about drugs and drinking on your channel all the time and stuff. Like, that is not me. That is just not me. So I hope I don't lose any subscribers. I hope that you can wrap your head around that. But unfortunately, I just have to be really transparent, because there's some channels I've gone to with some really great fly tyers, really amazing fly tyers, or really cool fly fishing or different fishing. But when I'm watching, you're using the language that it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, and I can't watch that. Like, I can't watch it. So unfortunately, that's just the way it is, and I just wanted to be really transparent with people, because I'm honest about it. I would rather be connected with people, but if you can't stay on the level I'm at, like with the language and stuff like that, then unfortunately I have to say sorry. I can't watch your channel. There is a couple of other channels that I also tried to watch. They have music in their channel, but the music that they've chosen is like that head-banging music. So they're tying flies, but they're like, and I'm like, well, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't stick around and watch that. So, and if I can't listen to for me, the whole reason to come to a live chat is to interact with the host, as well as the other chatters. So if I can't hear you, like you know, if the wind is washing you out to the point where I can't hear you, if you're out fishing, or if you're tying flies, or whatever you're doing, even if you're fishing and you're not checking your chat that often, you know, this I've tuned into some channels. You've got five rods out there with bait on them. You're not on camera. Your rods are just being seen, and you're not even checking your chat. So we're sitting there staring at 5 rods, waiting for a fish to bite. Well, to me, that's not a live chat making. Yeah, it's exciting when you catch a fish, but in the meantime, we're asking you questions and stuff, and trying to chat with you, and you're just having no response. Part of the reason that I don't live chat my fishing is because while I'm fishing, I'm not chatting with you guys. I can't fish and chat. I'm enjoying the fishing and not the chatting. So often if I'm fishing, I will do a voiceover when I get home. The voiceover cuts out the wind, and then I can describe what I'm catching. And sometimes I will talk during the fishing, like if it's not a windy day or whatever. I might talk during the videos as if I was chatting to you guys, explaining what I'm doing and whatever. But you gotta give your audience something to watch. You gotta make sure that when people come to your live chats, they have something they can watch. They can talk with you. There's a reason that they're there. Like me, I'm always talking. You know, I'm tying flies, but I'm giving out knowledge. I have the Mrs. Superfly letting me know what's going on in the chats so that I can keep up to date with you guys. When you guys ask me stuff, I can answer your questions. You know, that kind of thing. You got to be entertaining. I mean, YouTube is about being entertaining. I mean, nobody tunes onto YouTube to stare at a wall. Like you can just look at a picture anytime. Like it's an interaction thing. It's all about live interaction. So if I've come to your channel and I see 5 rods sitting there and I don't stay there and chat, well, you'll understand why, because I'm gonna go to an exciting channel where the people are chatting it up and being interactive and being clean about it, and not dirty and cursive and talk about drugs and all kinds of things or overly sexual things or whatever. I always look at my channels as a family-friendly place. And I only want to hang out in places where if I had my kid with me, I don't have a kid, but if I had a kid with me, that I could bring a kid and watch it. And if I can't bring a kid there and watch it, unfortunately, guys, I can't go to your channels. So, and I mean, I might be forgiving if you let 1 or 2 swear words slip out once in a blue moon. We're all human. You know, that happens. But there's just some channels that are just, unfortunately, guys, you're just too filthy for me. I can't, and I can't be there. So I just wish you well. I hope you know, there's a lot of the world doesn't mind or care about that, and I hope they all go there and hang out with you, and you guys can all hang out together. But if you're looking for the support of the Superfly, unfortunately, I can't support cursing, swearing, and foul mouth hooligans. I can't support that. So I just wanted to come on, be really transparent, really honest with you guys, and let you know if you don't have me, that's why. So otherwise, I will support your channels. I pretty much, most of the people who subscribe to me, like 90% of them, I do go back and I subscribe back, because a lot of you guys are nice and clean, nice and friendly, very entertaining, very engaging, and I support what you do. So, you know, like there's some channels, you guys do really cool things, and I absolutely will support you because I appreciate that. So, but as far as the disabilities things go with the eyes and other things, just if you have your Nightbots, or if you have members, maybe even your own moderators in your group. Some groups have a lot of moderators. pretty much everybody in the group. So there's two trains of thoughts on it. One train of thought is everybody that walks in the door gets to be a moderator, so that you can easily subscribe to people, you can easily do stuff, and you can kick people out and whatever. That's all fine and dandy. I don't have a problem with it, except that if everybody's a moderator, then everybody has the ability to time people out. And if you've got 50, 60, 1,000, 2,000 people in your chat, we don't all think the same as humans. And the person who runs the chat, so whoever's channel you're on, is busy doing fishing, busy doing that. And you got some moderators who are just blocking people out left, right, and center. If in my case for caps, so I've been timed out just for writing in caps by not necessarily a Nightbot, but by an actual moderator in a group. And the person who ran the chat, I messaged them later and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened because I would have never timed you out for that." So, having too many chiefs, and it's just as easy for people to find each other's channels by their handle. You just copy and paste it into your search bar and it'll take you right there. So yes, it's when people are moderators, made to be moderators, it is super easy to go. You just hit go to channel, but it's 2 extra steps to take their name and put it in a thing. The other thing is, my train of thought is I have like 5 or 6 moderators, and I don't intend to have too many more than that. If I super trust you, I'll make you a moderator. It's good to have a few, maybe, just so that, if somebody's not there, but make sure they're people that are on the same wavelength as you. I always tell my moderators, if you're a moderator in my group and you want to time if somebody's cursing and swearing, obviously time them out. But if somebody is just talking maybe political, so I don't like too much political talk on my channel, because people don't agree with it. You get half your audience thinks one way, and I don't want to push people out. So I try not to talk overly political. But if you make 1 or 2 political statements, I'm not going to block you out of my group for 1 or 2 political statements. If you're chatting about it and you won't give it up, and you're making a whole conversation on it, I'm going to ask you to stop. And I would hope that anybody moderating for my group would say, "Jody, is this too much for you, or is it time to time this person out?" Don't just time people out for no reason, just because you have the power to do it. It's my live stream and my chat, and I've given you the power to time them out. So please be respectful and ask me if you should time somebody out, because you first of all, if I've given you the power of the blue to be moderators, you should. It's because I trust that you know what you're doing. Okay, I've seen you in other chats. I've seen how you moderate. I know how you are, how you talk to people, how you treat people. So I know that you're going to treat people fairly respectfully. And this is why not everybody just gets to be a moderator just because. It isn't going to happen. Not in my group. That's my train of thought. So I apologize if you've been to other groups and they make you a moderator and you feel all special about it. That's good for them and that's good for you. But if it offends you that I won't make you a moderator in my group, chances are A, it's because I don't know you. B, it's because I don't need that many moderators in a group. I just feel that it's not necessary for that purpose. And I also feel it doesn't take that much more effort if you just want to go and connect and subscribe to somebody, to just copy their link, paste it in the thing, and YouTube will take you right there. It's not that hard, guys. It's not rocket science. So these are the things I just wanted to come on and explain my channel, explain how it works, explain about the disabilities, and just let you know how the Superfly operates. And unfortunately, if it offends you, you're just going to have to be offended, unfortunately. if you have a disability and I'm trampling on it, and if I can change it, if I can literally change it, let me know. Come in my chat, let me know, or leave me a message or a comment or whatever, because I will absolutely change it if something my computer is doing or I'm doing is going against the disability, because I would like everybody to have the opportunity to be included. So anyways, that's me. Like I said, I had a burr up my ass today. First thing in the morning, I woke up. Very first live chat, I was eating breakfast. I went into a live chat, and their Nightbot blocked me out right away. I went in with my other channel, took the caps off so I could let that person know why I had just subscribed to them because I thought his channel was actually fairly decent. So I had just subscribed to him. I went in and I unsubscribed, and I said, "Look, dude, if you have these settings like this," and he pretty much his answer was, "Well, that's just the way the settings are, and there's nothing I can do about it." Well, there is things you can do about it. You can go in and change the settings on your Nightbot, for one. So that is a thing. So consider that if you guys are putting a Nightbot onto your channel. Really think about how you set it up before you set it up. Take some time, watch the videos. There are videos that show you how to set these things up properly and teach you, and you can Google it. Google has the AI program will step by step you how to set these things up. But really consider what you do and who you block out. And definitely, if a guy like me comes into your channel and I'm writing in all caps, don't give me flack about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about what I'm writing, not what the style I'm writing it in. Right? If I could see in small letters, I wouldn't bother hitting that caps lock. But I need that. I need that to see. Okay? And that's the easiest way for me to do that and be able to read it. And even with the caps locks, it's a little hard to see sometimes. So just be considerate, guys. Like again, if we knew who started that cap locks is yelling theory, I would just take that person and smack them up the side of the head, because the whole world has adopted that, and it's an absolutely idiotic thing to that the whole world adopted such a stupid thing without thinking about, hey, there might be a percentage of the population who is elderly and have vision problems and might need that. So the world is very unconsiderate to the elderly. These days, we're all on our phones and tablets and gadgets, and they don't make them elderly friendly. They don't make them for older people who never grew up with phones, by the way. But yet the older generation is the generation with the money. They're the generation who can afford these things. They're the generation that are buying these things for their kids and their grandkids and things. But we don't have any phones, and the older generation doesn't generally care about texting and all these things. When you get to a certain age, they never grew up with all this texts and things. So they don't want a phone that does all this cameras and things and fidgety things and all that. They want just a phone to pick it up and call and say, hey, I love you. Like back in the olden days, hey, how are you? It's so good. So, the world is not a generous place. It is not a nice place, and it does not. Greed is a big thing, and anyways, that's a whole other topic, greed. But I just wanted to tell you that we need to be nicer to everybody. We need to be kind. We need to consider people's feelings, and stupid little things like writing in caps. That is a stupid. The fact that I have to talk about this makes me feel really, really bad. Like, I feel really, really bad having this conversation, because I feel it's just unnecessary. Like, over a stupid thing like writing in caps or not writing in caps. You're getting kicked out of chats because you're writing in caps? Right? And yeah, like spamming. Let's talk about spamming. I forgot to talk about spamming. Since I'm on the tangent. Spamming a chat. I don't know if young kids today, they're all excited. It's their first time on YouTube. they got their own channel for the first time, and they want likes, shares, and subscribes. So they're like, shout me out, shout me out, shout me out, shout me out. Well, first of all, shouting you out is, if somebody shouts you out, yes, it's a privilege and an honor. Somebody liked what you did, they shouted you out. Just getting shout out for likes isn't a privilege or an honor, and it isn't going to get you likes. If you come to my channel and I shout you out, it isn't going to get you more likes. It isn't going to get you more viewers. Do you know what's going to get you more viewers? A genuine shout out. And a genuine shout out is where you've been coming to my channel for a long time, and I've visited you back, and I really like your work, and I really like what you do, and I genuinely go, hey man, you got to check out their channel, and I give you a beautiful description of why. But if I go, hey, little Jimmy came to my channel, oh, go check out little Jimmy, that doesn't mean nothing to anybody. But if I say little Jimmy, he ties fantastic flies, or he paints fantastic lures, or he catches a whole lot of fish, or like he knows what he's doing, people will go to you. They're not going to go to you just because you spam my chat. Can you shout me out? 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 That doesn't do nothing. So if you're a young person and you've watched this, probably haven't watched this to the end because I lost your attention span in the first 2 seconds of this video, which is unfortunate because today's generation can't sit through a long form video. They just can't. So they're not even going to be watching this. But anyways, spamming a chat or taking those emojis. Emojis are nice. They're cute. They have their place. And yeah, put emojis on, put the odd emoji. I'm not going to block an emoji. But if you take hit the emoji button 500 times, the same smiley emoji, smiley, 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 and then the next, you just blockade my chat with smileys or little fish or fish on a rod, or like if you just blockade a person's chat, that's annoying the hell out of any other person who is trying to chat and have a conversation, and I have to wait for your emojis to flip through the screen before I can read the next comment from a person. If you add 1 or 2 little cute emojis on there, beautiful. If you add 500 emojis and you spam a chat, you're getting blocked out. And that's why they make these filters. That's why they put these filters on the Nightbot. If people put emojis, you can make it so nobody can put any emojis. But why should I have to make it so people don't have to have any emojis because you're putting 10,000 emojis? Well, this is where my moderators will come in and go, yeah, you're being a little crazy, and they'll block you out. So don't spam a chat, guys. Don't ask the same question 100 times. Like if you say, I can't hear you, like, maybe my mic goes out or something. That's not usually my problem. That might be like when you're out fishing. Because I don't have data on my phone, I don't lose data signal, right? Because I live stream from home all the time. But if you tell a person their mic is out, you don't have to tell them 50 times. If they ask, can you hear me now? Or if they're like waving at you, can you hear me now? Like that's how. Can you hear me now? If I do this, can you hear me? I want to know, can you hear me? And you go, no, we can't hear you. But if I'm not waving at you, I don't know if you're hearing me or not. I will only know that if I read the chat. But I don't need to read it 500 times. I will go and read the chat and go, oh yeah, I can't hear you. So just when you're spamming it, when you're writing things multiple times, hi, 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 but you're not hiing anybody in specific. Like it's one thing to say hello to everybody in the chat. It's another thing just to go hi, 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 hi. Like if you're not speaking to somebody, and if you're speaking to somebody, put their name in it. Say, hey, whoever, I am typing to you, blah, 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 blah. Then they will know, oh, you're speaking to them. And even the person in the group, like this is why the people who are putting on the live, the host of the live, thinks that you're talking to them because you have not put their name in the, like you don't go, like if you go, hey, Superfly, I really like that you did this. But if you go, I really like that you did this, but you're talking to somebody else in the chat, I'm going to assume you're talking to me. So those are things, when you're chatting, those are things to think about. If you want people's attention, you have to put their name in it for one, so they know you're talking to them, right? If it's just a general thing, then you don't have to put a person's name. But if you're talking to somebody in specific, then put their name in it. So yeah, don't spam people's chats, guys. That's people hate that. They really do, and they will get rid of you in a hurry because of that. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop ranting. I think I've covered how I feel about live chats and things. I want to carry on. I have met a lot of great people. A lot of you are great people. I have a lot of respect for a lot of you. The people who are generally in my chats, I have really great respect for you. Most of you who have come to my lives, it's because I've come to your lives, and you've gotten to know me through chatting with other people in other lives, and I really appreciate that you support me back. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this, you know, if you're one of the people who've been watching my lives after the fact that I've lived, I really appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of traffic. I appreciate it. I try and make it entertaining. I try and make it fun. I try and make it informative and educational. And yeah, I just want to meet new people and have a good time. That's it. So that's me, guys. That's the Superfly. That's my thoughts. If I have offended anybody, I didn't. My intent is not to offend you, but if you're offended because I don't like swearing, cursing, and whatever, sorry. If you're offended because I need caps and of disabilities, so if you're offended because somebody has a disability, well, I'm not sorry about that, because that's on you. But thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. If you watch this, I know it's a little long. I covered a bunch of stuff. I hope the fish in the background were entertaining. I do a lot of underwater footage. This is some of the underwater footage that I've captured with the perch and the sunfish. These are a lot of the fish I catch, and as you see in this footage, the fly that the fish are chasing is that's me actually fishing a fly. So you get a bit of an idea how they react. Actually, there's the fly right there. So yeah, if I tried to put a nice background on to keep you guys. This fish is looking right at the camera. Look at them. They're coming up. They're like, they know I'm talking about them. Look at this grumpy perch. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me? You know you're talking about me. So yeah, this is one of my footages. And I just try and give you guys something to look at other than my ugly mug first thing in the morning. Or whatever. I'm recording this first thing in the morning, but yeah. So anyways, guys, stay kind to each other. Be nice, be kind, be polite, be courteous, and be considerate to those who are less well off than you. All right. Anyways, I'm going to go now. Thank you. Keep your lines on the water, tight lines. Fly on the water and fish on, in my case, Canada, or wherever else you are in the world. Fish on. Peace.